Hi everyone, sorry about the changing of that previous video. It just went all a bit wrong. So I just thought to start again with this. So I just felt and picked up these intuitive energies here of, does Harry have any regrets? Does he have any regrets? And wanted to look into this here. So just kind of setting up. So just trying to get used to this. I'm just getting used to this new camera, which is a bit of a nightmare. I'm sure I'll get used to it after a while. Okay, so just find a center there. Um, regrets. What do I mean by regrets? So hi everyone. Just waiting for a few people to come on alive here. How are you guys from around the world? Tell me where you are. I like to know where you are in the world. So that's fantastic. Okay. Um, so watching that funeral yesterday, and Harry kind of sitting there alone, but most of them were separated anyway. I just wanted to look at, does Harry have any regrets, first of all, uh, for this Oprah Winfrey interview and trashing the royal family, because that's what he did, isn't it? It's not as if I'm making this up. Does he have any regrets because he's revisiting his family at an event, a funeral event? This is the first time he's revisited the royal family. It's like Brideshead Revisited, isn't it? Um, it's the first time he's revisited St George's Chapel, and since since that interview where he trashed the royal family. Hi Margaret from Colorado. Hi there. I can see a chat here as well next to me. So hi AHS. Thank you for your rose. Thank you so much. Since his previous visits to, not the Brexit, the Megxit, since the Megxit, this is the first time, and since that horrific, well, I found that interview with Oprah really trashy. So I want to look into this. Does Harry regret doing that trashy interview and telling lies on that interview, such as his father never took him out on the back of a bicycle, which he did, and there is footage out there of him taking him on a bicycle at the back. So does I mean, is this Harry's character where he feels it's okay to just lie and trash about his own family, so let's have a look at this first. Does Harry regret? Does Harry regret about this trashing of the royal family? Ciao from Rome. Hi there. Josie. Hi there from Rome. And I really miss my travels, so I'm kind of looking at where you're from, and it makes me want to travel again. So let's have a look here at this reading. Does Harry have regrets about trashing his own family on the Oprah Winfrey show? Pick out a card here. The Knight of Cups, which is pretty comfortable. He's lording it up, basically. He's lording it up while he's in LA. Um, yeah, out of sight. Oh, okay, this is coming through. Out of sight, out of mind. Not really knowing the damage that this has caused. Hello from Hartlepool. Hi there in the UK, Tracy. So I get here. Is out of sight. This energy I get out of sight, out of mind. And look at this depiction. It really looks like a royal kind of, with this. I don't know what this is, like a flag or a coat of arms kind of thing. Actually, actually being royal and actually feeling quite privileged. This is what this card is, privilege. The Nine of Cups. So that hi there from Norway. Hi there. Yes, so I get here. Does he regret? Don't think so by the looks of that card. Does he regret actually saying and trashing the royal? It's like a joke. Okay, what I get here intuitively, it's like a joke to Harry. It's like a big joke. It's like a private joke. Gone too far, really. Yeah, like a put down, a joke that's gone too far. Well, it's like a private coded joke because he's saying, well, I wasn't allowed to go on the back of a bicycle, but it wasn't allowed. But yet again, there's photographs of him riding the back of a bicycle. This is like a big kind of big joke. This is what I pick up here. It's like, oh, the royal family will understand. They'll get over this. They don't, they'll get over it. But saying it to the whole world, it's okay in private, but saying it to the whole world is very privileged. Harry is very privileged. Far more privileged than we actually know. He could stay in any property in any big stately home in the UK. He would be welcomed. Okay, to Althorpe. He's got a lot of contacts, which is very privileged. Very privileged. So get the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is again similar to what I picked up with the other reading with William. It's kind of um, juggling here. The stormy waters, the clouds in the past here of what's been said and done, and actually getting back to solid ground here. So it's like juggling this. So what this is saying is he's very privileged anyway, and he's just a bit of a spoilt brat, really. And here is he gets away with anything, and this is like a little bit of regret here. Although he's privileged, there is a little bit of regret. I caused this storm here. Naughty Harry caused this storm in the past and trying to get back to solid ground here with the royal family. So with this card, and not only that, he doesn't want to get cut off from, from the benefits of the royal family, does he? He doesn't want to get cut off with those two cards. And the next card I get here, it fell out of the deck actually. I didn't have to shuffle. Is actually the news here of his grandpa's death, quite sudden, where he had to really, really had to rush over. This is swift kind of energy and news, swift news and swift energy with this card. So this means that he swiftly had to um, readjust himself and get himself over to the UK. So he's not really had a lot of time to even think about this. And while he's been in the UK, he's been pampered. He's been treated like a royal. He's been treated like a duke. He's had everything brought to him and made to feel welcome and made to feel comfortable because he is a royal at the end of the day. So what's that? Yeah, I just get, I get like it was a big joke. Yeah. And yes, I do pick him up as still in England, and I will look at that on another reading. Okay. I've got quite a few readings to do today, which I want you to watch out for. And so, does he actually regret this? What he's done? Having to face his brother William, who, after saying all these crazy things on this Oprah show and all these lies, um, I don't feel he's had time to think, but he felt very alone at the funeral. I have the Hermit card. He felt very alone at the funeral, and I feel that this is where he felt this because he felt very alone, and he was like an outcast. Really, this is where he felt it this way. He didn't feel, although he was welcomed, um, he felt very alone at the funeral. So yeah, so I'm going to have a look at that on a reading, okay, before it goes back to the US. So we'll do that on a separate reading. I've got that reading coming up actually. There's an important meeting today, so look out for that. We'll do that one next. Okay. So so does he actually regret? What does he actually regret? Absolutely. Okay. After this funeral, after the reception he got from his brother, which was warm but lukewarm. It wasn't like a great big open arms welcome. It was lukewarm. Okay. And I get here he's actually thinking about this now, that this being the first time he's been back to the UK and the Royal since they did this horrific interview. He actually does regret this. The way that he's being received by the royal family. He thought that he'd get right back in with his brother again, and they'd share a couple of beers together and this kind of thing. But this has actually gone too far. Hi everyone, thank you for coming to this live show. I've got a few readings to do because I'm covering the funeral and all the thoughts and feelings around the funeral. So I'm going to be busy today. That one dropped out. Yes, and I got the Sun card. He felt that he was going to get this sunshine, and he's going to be welcomed back to the royal family. Partially he has, but he thought that because they prepared Nottingham Cottage for him and prepared everything for his return, that actually meeting up with the royal family, he'd feel, he'd actually feel, and getting communication with the Princess of Swords, he thought that this would all kind of turn out to be so happy and welcoming. Okay. But while he was there, and I did pick this up too, while he was there, he was on text messages, phone calls, emails to Meghan. So he wasn't kind of there as such. He was there, but he also had this energy of Meghan around him. Okay. Which is, I feel I've got here the devil card. The devil card. And the devil card is, oh, this is very toxic. Okay. I get with the devil card, it's very toxic. This union with Meghan is very toxic, and it's very damaging to the royal family. I also get money here. Now, what's coming through with these cards and this reading is that this is saying, well, I did this Oprah interview because you didn't give me the money. You didn't kind of, you cut me off with finances. So I had no choice but to earn money this way. And this energy is very childish, and it's also very kind of toxic. It's toxic. It's kind of a toxic energy. So what this is saying, although he has regrets, he's saying to William and Prince Charles and the rest of the royal family, if you had not cut me off with the money situation, then I wouldn't have had to resort to telling Oprah Winfrey all about this. I wanted to express how I felt through this interview, because you'd cut me off financially. How do you expect me to actually survive with no protection, no security, nothing? Okay. So, although he regrets saying these things and he feels this tension with his family, he's saying, "I had to, you gave me no choice to do this because I needed the money." So, hi everyone, thank you for coming. Hi Hugo. It was reported that Harry's wife sent and a message to the late Duke of Edinburgh's a wreath. Is that true? Well, what they can't have a wreath competing with the Queen's wreath, because what the Queen is, she doesn't like to express elaborate things, and she keeps it all very simple. The Queen feels that being elaborate is being vulgar, and that is the way she is. For for Megan to send a wreath, sorry, um, for Megan to send a wreath, Megan would have sent a big elaborate one, you know, and a show-offy one, just to, and that wouldn't have gone down too well because even Prince Philip wouldn't have wanted Meghan to send a wreath because you know, Prince Philip was all about keeping everything very simple. And if she sent a wreath and this wreath was bigger and better than Princess Anne's wreath, um, you know, Prince Charles's wreath, the Queen's wreath, then are they going to be happy about receiving that? And I think you have to be mindful of sending a wreath to the royal family because they are very simple. They like to keep things very simple. They don't like vulgarity, and they would you know if she sent a great big wreath with it would have upstaged the Queen's wreath. So you have to, when it comes to funerals, and I think many of us know, we have to be careful with things like that. Yeah, if she sent a small wreath, you know, a very small one, with saying love from Megan, and all that kind of thing, um, then that would have been accepted as like a nice kind of gesture. But knowing Megan, she would have sent a massive wreath, which would have upstaged all of the royal family's wreath, and it would have looked vulgar. And the way that Princess Anne and the rest of the royal family would have seen this is, you know, oh, typical Meghan, you know, typical Meghan wants to upstage everyone. That's how they would have seen this. If she did, well, I think that possibly is true that she did send a wreath. But the thing is if you're going to send something like that to the Queen, anyone in this world would have to. I mean, he would have got hundreds of wreaths sent by you know, kings and queens of the world. But the Queen may have said to the kings and queens of the world, "Please don't send anything. We're going to keep this very simple." Um, and you know and you know adhere to that rule. So again, Meghan's put her big foot in it again. If she has sent a wreath, if she sent a wreath, then she will have put her foot in it. She would have sent a great big one, and it would have looked vulgar. That's the way I see it. Okay, if she'd sent a very small one like that or a posy of flowers, then that would have been sufficient, you know? What did you see a photograph? I'll have a look for that. I haven't, Kathy, I've not seen it. I think they would have seen it as an upstaging act. They would have seen that as like, you know, vulgar. Why does the Queen choose lilies, white lilies and white roses? Because it's very toned down, it's respectable, and the colour is very respectable for someone who has just died. Um, and there was no more wreaths there from anybody else, you know. So yeah, so anyway, we can look at that on another reading. Okay, thank you, Hugo. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't seen that yet. I've been looking at a lots of other things like the emotional side of the readings. Okay. So So looking at this is Harry's sticking to his narrative that the reason I did this this interview is because you cut me off, and I wanted to speak to you and tell you about this, but you wouldn't talk to me, and I had to do it through the media. So I get not really regretful over this. Not really regretful. We would hope that Harry would be regretful. But looking at this, I don't feel that he was regretful of what he said. He backs this all the way. I had a reason to say these things. You forced me to. If you'd have given me enough money so I didn't have to do this, I wouldn't have done this. This is what's coming through here. So let's pull out some other cards. Yeah, I'm drawn to these just to finish, and then maybe some of my own cards that I made. Okay. So let's finish off here. Does he regret? Yeah, what I get here intuitively is he actually expects the royal family to forgive him for actually having to speak up through an interview. And he doesn't he expects the royal family to say sorry to him, to have to force him to actually speak out like this. But this is what I'm getting here. Seeking the truth here. Okay, I get here that this visit is actually on both sides to air this out, and it, well, not just because of that, there was a funeral, but this is also something that is I feel William wants to seek the truth and to get to the bottom of this. And also, Harry wants to seek the truth of why have you cut my allowance off? Why did you do that? So, lots of seeking the truth here. But I feel this has left Harry with this card, sadness and isolation. Sadness and isolation. This is where this has left Harry. You know, he could have tried to talk to the royal family rather than actually saying all these things through an Oprah Winfrey show. I mean, goodness. Again, I get here with this card is clarity, wanting clarity. So I feel a lot of the royal family are just going to say, why did you do that? Why did you do that? That was damaging to the monarchy. Lots of clarity, seeking the truth here. Both sides, both sides. The next card I get here is helpless and hopeless. Helpless and hopeless. Which is Harry. This has backfired big time on him. To where the royal family have had to distance themselves from them. What's that? AHS, he needs to beg forgiveness before he leaves. I feel he's hoping that the royal family, Charles and William, will apologise to him. So I'm going to have a look at this is quite deep, isn't it? So this goes way deep. This is delving really deep. He does not feel regrets because he feels that the royal family have treated him badly. But the royal family are not going to forgive him for actually making this move of trashing the monarchy. So just to finish off with my own cards. Oh, I always seem to get this card with Harry. Money. This was all about money. This is all about money. Why this happened? Why this rift? Why why this rift? Why? Oh, we've got a troll there. GXD, you're not a follower, so um, I'm going to get rid of you. I only have followers on here. Um, you see, the definition of a troll, okay, is someone that walks into a community and tries to stir up trouble. That's the definition of a troll. So we don't want trolls here. So anybody who stirs up trouble will be blocked. So I get here, yeah, let's go back to the reading. It's yeah, it's a lovely community. You know, people like that don't come here because this is a community that's built up over the years, and you know, we all know each other now. So this is all about money, okay? The whole situation is about money. This is the bottom line. So, Yvette, let's have a look. Hugo, Harry should show remorse. He was the one who betrayed his family. He should be begging for forgiveness, as as he will need his family one day. Yvette, now is the time to strengthen the monarchy. As we all know, the Queen will soon follow her husband. This is true, and it's time for preparation to show the world the strength of what Queen Elizabeth has maintained. Absolutely. Twiller, good riddance to Harry. I don't look at him as a member of the royal family whatsoever. Royal family should never forgive him for what he's done. He did this to himself and has to face the consequences. Um, yeah. I thought they didn't get paid for the interview. Do you believe that, Margaret? Do you believe that? They may have not got paid from one party, but I'm sure they would have got paid from something else. Thank you, Tracy. So that's the reading I've got here. Is Harry, does he regret? Kind of no, he's sticking with the narrative. And he's sticking with the narrative of I do pick up that they got some money for that interview, whether that was through other means, because let's not forget that that's been aired all over the world. Okay, Um, he doesn't regret it. I will put on, I will say with this, he doesn't regret this. He feels he had a right to do this, and if his papa, if Charles had not cut him off, because there's a lot of bitterness here. If Charles had not cut him off, he wouldn't have done this interview. And he's sticking with that. So that's the reading, guys. So I'm going to leave it there, but I am going to do more readings today because we've had an awful lot. I've picked up a lot of energies. Okay. I picked up lots and lots of energies. And so I'm going to, the next reading I will do is this meeting today with Charles and Harry. How is this going to go? Because it kind of leads on from this in a way. The reason, they need to do that for, that father-son talk, walk in the park. Let's talk. It's because of this. Okay, so that's the reading. How is that father-son talk going to go today? Okay, because I do pick that up. It's going to happen today that Charles and Harry are going to meet up. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for coming. And I'll have another attempt at trying to get this right with switching this off. I've still not done it. Okay. I'm sorry you're having to see my hands. I'm so sorry about this.